introduce you to the quarter. Here's the learning model that we talked about last quarter, and this consisted of some class preparation by yourself, learning the material and applying the material that you've learned either with somebody or on your own. Then in class, which is supposed to be the projects or in-class activities, and the goal was to solidify and expand your knowledge through these activities. Then afterwards, a kind of self-reflection, a review of what you've learned. And then after that, a demonstration of that you've learned something through some sort of assessment. Now, this was the idealized learning process, and this was meant to consist of independent study, that's area 1, collaborative problem solving, area 2, team experiments and applications, area 3, self-reflection, area 4, and then a demonstration of proficiency. We didn't do a great job of this last term. We've learned a great deal from you about what not to do. The biggest thing is that we need to be organized on the faculty end. So we have different roles this quarter. Pete is going to be in charge of fun and physics. So he is planning on doing a lot of demonstrations and clearing up misconceptions in the teaching. And I am going to be responsible for the structure of the course and assessment. And I'll just say, for me, I'm not a physicist, but you can count on me to treat you with respect and fairness. I'll really do my best on that. I'll be learning with you. Most of this material I actually know a little better than last quarter, but I still, I honestly, it's not my first area of greatest competency. So I'll try to be honest as well with you about my limits. I'll just say when I don't understand something. So practically speaking, what this means in my role is I will state the learning objectives, and I will allow you to demonstrate your learning within flexible time frames, so that in exchange for honoring a code of silence around the exams. So I know you know how to read. So anyway, here's the quarter at a glance. So what you see, this quarter is about 3 main topics: harmonic, basically waves, and we're going to start with harmonic oscillation. Then we'll talk about optics, which would be light rays, and then thermodynamics. These are the weeks here. We've got 10 weeks and then the final exam. These orange indicators here let you know when there's going to be the rough time frame of when you can choose to basically demonstrate your proficiency around the material in harmonic oscillations. So let's take a little bit closer look at this. What do I've got going on here? So on this axis is basically a range of the in the cycle of material that you're going to be ingesting or learning on your own, so the self-directed to up to the team. So self maybe in pairs, and then maybe a team of people. This would be in class. So this is in class up here, and this is on your own down here, and this may be self-organized in the middle. So there's a cycle that you will likely go through each week in order to master the physics. Now, how does this relate to you recall the learning process that we had set up? So these, learn on your own, apply the material in class, work in these activities, reflect, and then demonstrate your knowledge. So let's go back here and look at this in detail. So learning on your own, the primary direction will come from PolyLearn, where we will put the learning objectives as well as the guidance on where to start the learning. So what does this cycle look like, maybe in a little bit more closer detail? Let's take a look. Well, on your own, largely be from the textbook and videos, and the purpose of that is really to gain a big picture understanding and introduce yourself to the use of equations, and that's really great. The book is going to be really good for that. Next, you will use Mastering Physics really only to learn to correctly apply the equations. Mastering Physics can be very disorienting, but we'd like you to try both of those things before you come to class. And then we basically recommend working together even on mastering physics, if you like. And then when you come to class, we'll have in-class activities and demonstrations that help illustrate, what's going on. We also would like to integrate the projects much better this quarter, and we've created a room, we hope, for you to do the project integration. And then very critically, we need you to ask afterwards, what did I discover? And this is very important to close the loop by asking yourself, okay, well, let's see, what did I learn? And, keep a journal of that, of what you've learned. And that will actually help move the material from your short-term memory into the longer-term memory. So this is sort of the nutshell of the learning cycle, starting on your own, trying some of the mastering physics problems, coming to class where you get clarification on what you didn't understand. You can ask questions. There'll also be some team activities and demonstrations, and then afterwards reflecting, what did you learn? Cycle starts over. And again, PolyLearn is the main location for guidance on this. Now, what about the grading? So there will be 4 parts to your grade, equal parts here. 25% counts for a quest to integrate your project somehow, perhaps through some sort of experimental data gathering around that relates to physics. And this will become more clear later in the quarter. We'll make this clear. And then 25% for each of the 3 areas in physics, and you'll have 2 opportunities to demonstrate that you understand it. Early on, you can choose to take a midterm on harmonic waves. Then there's a test on optics, and then one on thermodynamics. You'll get 2 chances to do each of these areas, and we will take your best performance in each of the 3 areas. So that's kind of, in a nutshell, what it looks like for the quarter.